Welcome to our third module on multisensation. Multisensation is our consumer megatrend that's all about this up-leveling of expectations and what it means to take in content, thanks to the role of technology these days. The driver here is one of escape. And escape is kind of a funny thing to talk about nowadays because thanks to our smartphones and other technology, we can escape almost every living, waking minute of our day. But it's important to remember that we're living in what's called the sensorial revolution, which means that going to the movies or going to dinner or even going to gym class has been completely transformed by the role of technology. See, the thinking on part of consumers is that if I have to suffer the consequences of living in the age of technology, well then I want to enjoy its riches as well. And if I have to sit in a car alone for 5 minutes or more, well then I'm probably hoping for the kind of experience that HoloRide provides. What HoloRide does is it layers VR on top of an existing experience. In this case, we're talking about riding in a car. It syncs up the VR headset to whatever movements you're experiencing and actually surprisingly reduces motion sickness rather than causing it. Another related experience that we've seen from Germany is called the VR slide, where you wear a VR headset while going down a huge water slide. Now this is interesting in the context of AR and VR because it's neither AR nor VR. It's something in between that's known as extended reality. Extended reality actually creates for a more promising future of VR than we've seen so far because it's more seamlessly integrated into those experiences that we already know and love. Another consumer attitude coming to the forefront in this space is that I already have access to cheap and unlimited entertainment thanks to things like Netflix. So if I'm going to pay for entertainment and I have to leave my house to do so, then it better be really good. This has led to an up-leveling of all sorts of expectations when it comes to live entertainment. This includes things like multisensory sport, where live sporting experiences are really up-leveled and changed and transformed by the role of technology. Take, for example, the Fortnite World Cup, which is effectively, a couple of people playing video games in a tournament style. It doesn't necessarily necessitate an entire stadium, but by using technology and different immersions in a really creative way, Fortnite was able to make a really worthwhile live experience. We also see this affecting the world of concerts and live music as well. One of my favorite examples is Flying Lotus's 3D tour, where you actually, as an audience member, would wear the same 3D glasses that you would at a movie theater and experience that stage in 3D. Another big player in this space is a company known as Verdi, and they create these autonomous drones that synchronize to whatever experience you're watching on stage. Now what's cool about this is that this specific audio-visual experience cannot really be created using any other technology, making it one of a kind. Now, it's tempting to always think about the role of technology in making our experiences more, engaging and more interesting as something that's exclusively towards gearing up more excitement and more energy. But a sort of underrated and underplayed role that technology can play in enhancing an experience we see in soothing activation, which is all about making things actually calmer and more soothing. One of my favorite examples is at the Changi Airport in Singapore, where they installed not only a huge cascading waterfall, but also a hiking trail that's built in and uses a ton of technology to make that experience more enhanced and more worthwhile. When it comes to creating the future of multi-sensation, remember to use seamlessness as a differentiator because that's something that's sorely missing from that space right now. Secondly, it's not just about generating excitement. It can be about generating feelings of calm and serenity as well. So that wraps up our module on multi-sensation. Here's a question for you to consider in bringing this back to your own world. What are 3 parts of your brand experience that could be more engaging? Thank you so much for participating in our course on cracking the leisure code. To recap what we talked about today, we discussed the role of catalyzation in the future of leisure. And that's about this role of betterment and the fact that consumers want to become their best selves. We discussed the role of tribalism, the fact that consumers today are in the middle of a loneliness crisis and they're desperate to connect. And lastly, we talked about multi-sensation, which is about the role of technology and up-leveling consumers' experiences when it comes to doing almost everything that they do in their everyday lives. Thank you so much for joining us. If you need any other resources or we can help you out with anything, check out the links below.